Hello folks, welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Orduna, this is my mom Gina.
And he is the journalist.
He's the enthusiast.
I am very enthusiastic because it finally is fall out here.
Right.
I don't have to be out here sweating to death.
Yeah, the sun is not beating down on us. It's not going to malfunction any of our
the equipment's not going to malfunction.
So we are in this time of year where the weather is not quite sure what it's trying to do.
It'll be hot again on the Thursday show.
Warm.
So.
It'll probably be warm on our Thursday show, but that's to be expected. But today it is cold, so we're in our bigger, warmer clothing today.
Well, the breeze comes in, got a little.
There's a breeze,
little hawk on it.
Little hawk or kick to it.
If you're from the Midwest, you know what the hawk is.
Right. And
it's that breeze that waits around the corner. You're like, oh, it's not so bad, and then the wind comes in and get you.
Yeah. So you just have to be prepared for whatever is going on. It's October. And so speaking of October is where legends are born, and we're talking of the sport of baseball. Major League Baseball is now in its playoff rounds. We are finished up with the wild card, the NL and the AL wild card games finished up last week, and now we are into the American League and National League playoff series.
The playoffs.
And so right now we are going to talk about where everyone's at and kind of what's going on right now. You got the LA Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
The Dodgers took the Diamondbacks out.
They have been.
I believe I called that.
You did. And the Dodgers have been notorious for being regular season champs. Clay Kershaw, all of those guys, Yasiel Puig, have been regular season champs for the longest time and have always kind of struggled when it came to postseason.
Mm-hmm.
And the Diamondbacks really haven't had a great postseason presence lately. They did some good things throughout the offseason to acquire guys like Zach Greinke and others, and they've been playing well. And so the way they've handled themselves up to this series has been really good. The Dodgers just said, no, not this time. We're going to go ahead and win. And
well, they played so well all throughout the regular season.
They did.
No surprises.
And yes, they handled themselves, the Dodgers speaking.
Yes.
So,
well, then on the American League side of it, the Houston Astros went ahead and sent the Boston Red Sox out. Just go ahead and sit down and have a seat.
Which we both called. That's not a surprise at all. And then kind of going back to, or sticking with the American League, you've got Cleveland and the Yankees, which has been a really good
That has actually been back and forth.
Yes.
Because now in the playoffs, you go best of 5. So you have the wild card, which is one and done.
Yes.
And then you do best of 5, and then you do best of 7 series through the World Series after that. Okay.
Correct. And so that Yankees and Indians series is all knotted up. 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's going to be a huge game 5.
Who do you have? We got to pick it.
I'm going to stick with the Yankees. I've been with them the whole time.
Saying the Yankees the whole time.
I know you've been with the
I've been saying
Cleveland
the Indians. I've been watching them play, although the Yankees aren't making them look that good right now. So I don't know. It was back and forth.
When it's tied up like this, that means both teams are right there together. So
we'll see.
It'll be great to see whoever comes out of that one.
I don't believe in the Yankees pitching, but okay, here we go.
It'll be good.
And the National League side of it?
You got the Cubs and the Nationals. I thought the Nationals would really step it up here.
I did too. I'm a little shocked right now.
Haven't been able to really produce like I thought they would.
Right.
The Cubs are still hanging on to last season.
They're up 2-1 right now.
Yeah, and so you do have a situation where Cleveland and Chicago could maybe meet back up for a rematch of last year's series, which is the only reason why I kind of feel like Cleveland is doing so well. Because they are holding on to last year. I don't know if they have the same flair necessarily as the Yankees do, but they're playing really good baseball right now.
Well, it's do or die today. So the Cubs are up 2-1. If the Nationals want to get it done, they got to do it today.
They got to figure it out.
Game 4 is today, so they better figure it out.
We'll see what happens.
Do you have a call on that? Do you think the Cubs are going to finish them, or do you think the Nationals will fight back?
Well, I feel like you know how you feel when you pick certain teams. The opposite's going to happen. I feel like I right now I'm going to go with the Cubs, and then the Nationals will win. I've been saying the Nationals, they've been losing, and the Cubs have been winning. So right now I don't have any reason to really stick with the Nationals. I think the Cubs are going to get it done. So I'm going to go with the Cubs.
I hate to say it. I think the Cubs, too.
Yeah,
I would have said the Nationals even 2 days ago, but I've been watching them play, and I feel like they just don't have it.
Well,
I don't know what's going on. They just don't look very
Bryce
good.
Harper's been back, but he hasn't been the same.
Yeah,
he had a long injury there to his knee, and it just hasn't been the same cohesion is not there.
I got you.
I'm going to have to go with the Cubs.
You know, it doesn't matter because it's going to be the Dodgers and the Astros in the World Series. Anyway. All right, so we did our due diligence to the end of October.
NFL here as Week 5 just ended this past weekend. We had the Monday night game last night with the Vikings and the Chicago Bears, which was a very slow game, and then it picked up there. And basically, the fourth quarter is really where things started to happen. We got to see Mitchell Trubisky finally get his first start. Big stage Monday night game. He played very well. And then on the other side, Case Keenum had to step in for Sam Bradford at quarterback and came away with the win there. So that was good to see both of those guys get after it.
Well, I have two observations about that. Last night's game between the Bears and the Vikings are what I call an aw-man game because you go to sleep. It's on. It's Monday Night Football. You watch the first half. Then you start thinking, it's Monday. I got to go to work. So you go to bed. You wake up the next day and realize the game picked up. And you go, oh, man, you missed something. It was a good game right to the end. And my second observation, and this is actually yours. I'm stealing this from you. I think Jeff Fisher has been well exposed about how terrible and toxic he was for teams. Because Case Keenum looked like he didn't even belong on a football field last year under Jeff Fisher. And now he's over at the Vikings leading them to a victory. And look at what he did to poor Jared Goff. Jared Goff looked like an 8th grade quarterback under Jeff Fisher. And now he's like, the Rams are what, one loss Rams?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing really good football right now, and it's crazy to see that, hey, a coach that's supposed to be kind of that, I don't know if you'd call him a quarterback guru or not, but this is a coach that has, pretty decent track record.
He was living off of one good thing that he did.
He did well at Tennessee, and then, was with the Rams for a long time, and he
maybe he should have just gone back to Tennessee because everything he did with the Rams was terrible.
Well, Tennessee is doing well without him too. So
bye, Jeff
but
Fisher.
I think that's just to your point. It just shows that Jeff Fisher maybe needed to go. And
the other lesson. Wait, I have a third one. The Chiefs should always be on Monday Night Football because when we're on Monday Night Football, it's exciting. From beginning to end.
They had the Bears and Vikings had huge shoes to fill. As last Monday was the Chiefs in Washington, and that was a great game. It was a really good game. A lot of excitement there, and our Chiefs are 5-0 because of that. So let's talk about some of the games that we picked here.
Perfect.
Throughout this past weekend, we had the Bucs and the Patriots who played last Thursday. Patriots don't look very good.
They don't.
And the Bucs missed 3 field goals in that game. Now, you can't blame everything on the kicker, but if he makes those points, if he makes his field goals, that's 9 points on the board.
That's right.
And we have a different ball game. So,
but we both picked the Patriots.
But we did end up still going with the Patriots. But hey, it wasn't a very good game.
No, but the Patriots did win.
Yeah, the Patriots did win. Then we had the Packers-Cowboys, which was a great game.
Woo, that was a good game. I was clenched up the whole time.
A shootout in Jerry World. Aaron Rodgers, if he's got any time left on the clock in regulation, or even overtime for that matter, and he's the last one to have the football, you can put your money on that.
We were watching the game together, and Dak just ran one in, spiked the ball. We're like, woohoo! We looked and saw there was like a minute and a half, minute 20 left, and we both literally just looked at each other like they just gave Aaron Rodgers the ball back with a minute. We knew right then. We just knew.
And he loves playing in Dallas.
He does love playing in Dallas.
$1 billion playpen, and he just owns that stadium. And so
he does.
The Packers. We did pick the Packers.
We both picked the Packers actually
to win that game, and that's for the exact reason of Aaron Rodgers. So that was a good game. Then the Seahawks versus the Rams, road game. Seahawks have not looked very good. I didn't think they would pull away with it.
And the Rams, in fairness, looked good. I said they were 4-1. I think they're 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2
because they just lost.
And so the Rams have looked good. They beat the Cowboys in Jerry World, and so coming off a big win there. But the Seahawks finally came away with the win there, road win.
They did get a road win, but we both picked the Rams, so we were wrong about that one.
And then our Chiefs and Texans, another really good game, Sunday Night Football, 5-0. Now, there were some injuries that took place. J.J. Watt was down.
I know.
We lost Chris Conley. There were a couple other injuries to players on both teams, or you're just sitting there thinking, my goodness, we just need to come away with this game with no more injuries.
Yeah, everybody just needed to get out there. And that's what happens when my two teams play each other. It just shouldn't happen.
Right.
But we both picked the Chiefs. So we went 3-1 in the NFL, and I feel good about that.
Right. So what are some other headlines you want to bring up here quickly?
Well, obviously, I was going to mention the Chiefs are 5-0 in case they're 5-0. But the Dallas Cowboys are a little bit of a surprise to me right now. It's sitting at 2-3 because I really did not think the Rams would beat them. I knew the Packers were always going to be tough, but then they went up to Denver, and that's a tough place to play.
It is.
But I'm just surprised. Really, the Rams are the one. I think they really should be 3-2.
Probably
because there's no shame to losing Denver and Mile High, and the Packers. They have your number. I don't know what to tell you. But the Rams lost, so sitting at 2-3 after that great season last year. But the Giants, Adam.
Yeah.
Eli Manning is 0-5. He has not won a game yet. I'm shocked.
It's kind of like the Steelers right now. Both of those franchises, very historic, iconic franchises. Ownership is, top of the line, but I think there's a lot of disarray within that locker room for both teams. I think the Giants right now just don't have a lot of people on the same page. Odell Beckham was potentially holding out. He's now injured for the rest of the year.
Showed his behind, and now he's injured.
Picked up a lot of different outside weapons for Eli. They haven't really panned out.
And the coach is just not good.
Yeah, Ben McAdoo just really isn't proving his worth as a head coach, and so therefore Eli doesn't look very good. And so they're right now sitting at 0-5, and I don't think anybody.
Let's get back. McAdoo, he calls him Macadon. I don't believe in name calling, but the other surprise I agree with you is the Steelers just don't. I don't know what they're. I don't know what's going on there.
Good, and they do come to town. It's going to be a tough road game.
They're getting ready to come get that beat, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, then another big headline that just broke out today: Adrian Peterson is no longer a New Orleans Saint. He is now an Arizona Cardinal. That will help the Cardinals immensely, even though they're not doing great. But I think that's a really good move for him.
Let me give you my Home Alone face. Ooh. Nobody's surprised about that. I was shocked he was at the Saints. It was a bad fit from the get-go.
Yep, it was a bad fit.
There we go.
It shouldn't have really happened, but I think as far as a better fitting team, I think that will be good for him.
And the Cardinals need his help.
They do. So
they still got to get that work when they come see the Chiefs.
They still got to get better. He's got to get better, and exactly. So that's just a couple updates. We got the MLB postseason taking place, and then the NFL doing what it's doing, and it's almost mid-season. It's fall, October, and it's a lot of headlines. So we want to say we appreciate your time, folks. We'll see you again.